Back to Cohesion Through Chaos. I'm Dale, and I was reading the book of Job from the Bible, and I said that I was going to pause and continue, but I thought it was the timing on the video said 41:30, and I've said before in some of my other videos that when I see 413 or 143 and any combinations of that, to me it means I love you because it was like what we used to text when we were younger. Um, I mean, not text, page. I never had a pager, but I remember 143 being like the pager way to say that I love you. And so when I saw the pause was at 41:30, I was like, okay, all right, I'll just leave it at that because it was a combination of that. All right. So I thought that was beautiful. And I also noticed that I had gotten a text um, as I was finishing up the reading. And so I go to look at it, and I was just expecting it to be like a family text because there was a lot of texting going on about like plans, and it was from Atmosphere Church. Now, the reason why I get texts from Atmosphere Church is because over the summer, last summer, I've been looking for like people who I admire who have as they go through life, they have like gotten into Christianity, or just like saying that if they tell me, if it's somebody who I thought was super cool and they say that like God changed my life, then I have way more reason to like listen to them and what happened in their lives. And so um the way that I found out about Atmosphere Church was because if you remember the band Corn, Brian Head Welch, he belongs to Atmosphere Church. So I had just found some videos on him speaking about God and things like that, and like what made him kind of shift his perspective over, because it's not like the rest of the bandmates like went along with him, and so he even says like, trust me, if it didn't work, then I wouldn't be saying it to you, right? Because I don't think people are thought to be super cool for like proclaiming their Christianity. Okay, so I wanted to read you what the text said. It came in at 1:32 p.m. and it's like it was like one, I don't know, whatever. It's right about that time. Now it's later because I took pause to upload the videos. All right, so it says Morningdale. Oh, and because I think the church is out in California, because I think that's where he lives. And then I also found out about that Kat Von D had like switched over into a predominantly Christian lifestyle, So um that's why she kind of like blasted over a lot of her tattoos and certain things like that. So those are people who I think are like so cool. And so to know that even though the people around them didn't all transition with them, it doesn't it didn't stop them from like following what they know and projecting it out into the world to be known as like somebody who follows God. All right. So anyway, it says Morningdale, we felt a nudge to send some encouragement today, encouragement in all caps. Remember, God never wastes a hurt or an experience you go through. He will give you purpose in all capitals, in your pain, serenity in all capitals, in your struggles, and favor for your faithfulness. Don't give up. Your harvest is coming. And I pulled a harvest card when I was doing a tarot reading just the other day. That verse is Galatians 6, chapter 6, verse 9. God is on the move for your life. Even if you don't see it, he is for you, and so are we. Love your Atmosphere Church fam. Okay. So that is the whole point of like why I'm trying to read the story of Job to you today. And that was a double confirmation that, that's what I wanted to give you. It's because I need it for myself. I need like to know that redemption stories aren't redemption stories until somebody is redeemed from whatever like darkness seems to shroud their world. Okay, whether they caused it or not, whether they are the cause of what keeps it going or not. Okay, so let me find our way back. And we had read chapters 1 through 11, so I just think that's a beautiful number. 111, that's my daughter's birthday, and it's her Bible, right? Okay, so let's get back to it. Job chapter 12. Then Job replied. So let me just run through the last couple of verses. This was Zophar was talking to him. Zophar the Naamathite. Um, so he was saying, you will be secure because there is hope. You will look about you and take your rest in safety. You will lie down with no one to make you afraid, and many will court your favor. But the eyes of the wicked will fail, and escape will elude them. Their hope will become a dying gas. Okay, he's trying to remind Job to like keep the faith, right? Job chapter 12. Then Job replied, hang on, I have to cough. They say that that is when you're trying to clear your throat chakra and other things besides Christianity. Okay. Chapter 12. Then Job replied, doubtless you are the only people who matter, and wisdom will die with you. But I have a mind as well as you. I am not inferior to you. How does not Who does not know all these things? I have become a laughingstock to my friends. Though I called on God, and he answered, a mere laughingstock, though righteous and blameless. Those who are at ease have contempt for misfortune, as the fate of those whose feet are slipping. The tents of marauders are undisturbed, and those who provoke God are secure. Those God those God has in his hand. But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, or let the fish in the sea inform you. Which of all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this? In his hand is the life of every creature and the breath of all mankind. Does not the ear test words as the tongue tastes food? Is not wisdom found among the aged? Does not long life bring understanding? To God belong wisdom and power, counsel and understanding are his. What he tears down cannot be rebuilt, those he imprisons cannot be released. If he holds back the waters, there is a drought. If he lets them loose, they devastate the land. To him belongs strength and insight. Both deceived and deceiver are his. He leads rulers away stripped and makes fools of judges. He takes off the shackles put on by kings and ties a loincloth around their waists. He leads priests away stripped and overthrows officials long established. He silences the lips of trusted advisors and takes away the discernment of elders. He pours contempt on nobles and disarms the mighty. He reveals the deep things of darkness and brings utter darkness into the light. He makes nations great and destroys them. He enlarges nations and disperses them. He deprives the leaders of the earth of their reason. He makes them wander in a trackless waste. They grope in darkness with no light. He makes them stagger like drunkards. Chapter 13. My eyes have seen all this, my ears have heard and understood it. What you know, I also know. I am not inferior to you, but I desire to speak to the Almighty and to argue my case with God. You, however, smear me with lies. You are worthless physicians, all of you. If only you would be altogether silent, for you that would be wisdom. Hear now my argument. Listen to the pleas of my lips. Will you speak wickedly on God's behalf? Will you speak deceitfully for him? Will you show him partiality? Will you argue the case for God? Would it turn out well if he examined you? Could you deceive him as you might deceive a mortal? He would surely call you to account if you secretly showed partiality. Would not his splendor terrify you? Would not the dread of him fall on you? Your maxims are proverbs of ashes. Your defenses are defenses of clay. Keep silent and let me speak, then let come to me what may. Why do I put myself in jeopardy and take my life in my hands? Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him. Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him. I will surely defend my ways to his face. Indeed, this will turn out for my deliverance, and no godless person would dare come before him. Listen carefully to what I say. Let my words ring in your ears. Now that I have prepared my case, I know I will be vindicated. Can anyone bring charges against me? If so, I will be silent and die. Only grant me these two things. God, and then I will, God, and then I will not hide from you. Withdraw your hand far from me, and stop frightening me with your terrors. Then summon me, and I will answer you, or let me speak, and you will reply to me. How many wrongs and sins have I committed? Show me my offense and my sin. Why do you hide your face and consider me your enemy? Will you torment a windblown leaf? Will you chase after dry chaff? For you write down bitter things against me and make me reap the sins of my youth. You fasten my feet in shackles. You keep close watch on my paths by putting marks on the soles of my feet. So man wastes away like something rotten, like a garment eaten by moths. Okay, I have to say that this isn't like just Job is not going through like this one consistent emotion. What he's doing is like he was complaining. He was saying like, God, why don't you take the life from me? Why didn't you make my birth never happen? And then these people are coming at him and saying like, well, listen, you're not speaking in the word that you have given to others. Okay. If I am wrong and you guys see something differently in this, then you are welcome to like, speak your piece on it. But what I am seeing is the thoughts that go through our own minds when we are like trying to be righteous and struggling with our own mortality and our own instability, because God holds it all. God created the prisoners. God created the what do you like the cops and the correction officers, like the people who watch the prisoners. But the one thing that we have in common is that we are all sinners, right? Because the devil walks this earth, right? And like provides all these little sneaky ways um to slip in what feels like your heart is directing you, and then something else takes over, and you can't differentiate the light from the darkness, because it's happening within you, within your mind and within your heart. So I just want to say that, like, now Job is getting pissed off at these people for saying, like, how dare you come and talk ill against me, speak ill against me, because aren't I sinless? Like, what sins can you prove that I have done? And he's trying to say that it seems like that they have never been as righteous as he has been. So he doesn't want to hear their words anymore. He wants to hear straight from God, from the guidance of God. He wants to speak directly to God, and he wants to hear directly from God, instead of having these mediators. Even though he was like calling for a mediator, it's like he got what he wanted, and then it made him strong again to realize, like, okay, I don't need y'all. I just need him and I. Okay. Him, if you want to consider God in a masculine sense, is just because we're trying to personify things that we don't understand, because we were made in the image of God. We are not given the grace to have his oversight, but we can achieve it. We can keep climbing higher. That's the concept of taking the high ground, the moral high ground, the path up the mountain, instead of just like walking straight through down the easy path, like Robert Frost has said this, right? The path less taken, or whatever it's called. So let me keep going. Chapter 14. Mortals born of woman are of few days and full of trouble. So, like, what he's saying is that people, they are finite, right? We don't live infinitely, and we are sinners, okay? So he's saying that any human that casts judgment upon him, or tells him he's like doing the wrong thing at a certain time, it's like they're just mortals too, just like him. So they don't have a right to tell him whether he's right or wrong. They spring up like flowers and wither away, like fleeting shadows. They do not endure. Do you fix your eye on them? Will you bring them before your judgment? Who can bring what is pure from the impure? No one. A person's days are determined. You have decreed the number of his months, and have set limits he cannot exceed. So look away from him and let him alone, till he has put in his time like a hired laborer. At least there is hope for a tree. If it is cut down, it will sprout again, and its new shoots will not fail. Its roots may grow old in the ground, and its stump die in the soil. Yet, at the scent of water, it will bud and put forth shoots like a plant. But a man dies and is laid low. He breathes his last and is no more. As the water of a lake dries up, or a riverbed becomes parched and dry, so he lies down and does not rise. Till the heavens are no more, people will not awake, or be roused from their sleep. If only you would hide me in the grave and conceal me till your anger has passed. If only you would set me a time, and then remember me. If someone dies, will they live again? All the days of my hard service, I will wait for my renewal to come. You will call, and I will answer you, and you will long for the creature your hands have made. Surely then you will count my steps, but not keep track of my sin. My offenses will be sealed up in a bag. You will cover over my sin. But as a mountain erodes and crumbles, and as a rock is moved from its place, as water wears away stone, and torrents wash away the soil, so you destroy a person's hope. You overpower them once and for all, and they are gone. You change their countenance and send them away. If their children are honored, they do not know it. If their offspring are brought low, they do not see it. They feel but the pain of their own bodies and mourn only for themselves. So he's saying, like, humans are selfish, okay? Because we can't see how there's no such thing as like bad and good, you know? We only see like the bad and good of it, okay? And it's through your own experience of what's going on around you. There can be like stuff, the same thing is going on for everybody, but we all intercept it differently, because we're all mere mortals that have emotions. Okay. Eliphaz, chapter 15. Then Eliphaz the Temanite replied, would a wise person answer with empty notions, or fill their belly with the hot east wind? Would they argue with useless words, with speeches that have no value? But you even undermine piety and hinder devotion to God. Your sin prompts your mouth. You adopt the tongue of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you and not mine. Your own lips testify against you, right? So it was like this Eliphaz is like, he's like speaking up for him and his two buddies, because they came there to like help Job, and Job was like, screw you, don't tell me what to do because you're just a mere mortal like I am. And then Eliphaz is like, it's you who were saying those things. It wasn't like us who made you speak them. Chapter verse 15, I'm sorry, chapter 15, verse 7. Are you the first man ever born? Were you brought forth before the hills? Do you listen in one God's counsel? Do you have a monopoly on wisdom? What do you know that we do not know? What insights do you have that we do not have? The gray haired and the aged are on our side, men even older than your father. Are God's consolations not enough for you? Words spoken gently to you? Why has your heart carried you away? And why do your eyes flash so that you vent your rage against God and pour out such words from your mouth? He's like, they're both calling each other hypocrites, right? Like Job and these other guys. What are mortals that they could be pure, and those born of woman that they could be righteous? If God places no trust in his holy ones, if even the heavens are not pure in his eyes, how much less mortals who are vile and corrupt, who drink up evil like water? Listen to me, and I will explain to you. Let me tell you what I have seen, what the wise have declared, hiding nothing received from their ancestors, to whom alone the land was given, when no foreigners moved among them. All his days, the wicked man suffers torment, the ruthless man through all the years stored up for him. Terrifying sounds fill his ears when all seems well. Marauders attack him. His despairs of escaping the realm of darkness. He is marked for the sword. He wanders about for food like a vulture. He knows the day of darkness is at hand. Distress and anguish fill him with terror. Troubles overwhelm him like a king poised to attack, because he shakes his fist at God and vaunts himself against the Almighty, defiantly charging against him with a thick, strong shield. Though his face is covered with fat and his waist bulges with flesh, he will inhabit ruined towns and houses where no one lives, houses crumbling to rubble. He will no longer be rich, and his wealth will not endure, nor will his possessions spread over the land. He will not escape the darkness. Flame will wither his shoots, and the breath of God's mouth will carry him away. Let him not deceive himself by trusting what is worthless, for he will get nothing in return. Before his time he will wither, and his branches will not flourish. He will be like a vine stripped of its unripe grapes, like an olive tree shedding its blossoms. For the company of the godless will be barren, and fire will consume the tents of those who love bribes. They conceive trouble and give birth to evil. Their womb fashions deceit. Job replies, chapter 16. Then Job replied, I have heard many things like these. You are miserable comforters, all of you. Will your long winded speeches never end? What ails you that you keep on arguing? I also could speak like you if I were in my place. I could make fine speeches against you and shake my head at you, but my mouth would encourage you. Comfort from my lips would bring you relief. Okay, this is like any argument ever. It's like they both want each other to stop talking, and they both keep going at it. Okay, this is why humans are like most intelligent when they keep their mouth shut and walk away and stop the argument. Okay, so for any of you who have challenging relationships because you know that somebody is wrong, and sometimes that they're right, but they're out of alignment, and you want to keep trying to teach them like how they're out of alignment, they are going to point at you and say, oh, you think I'm out of alignment? What about when you did the same thing? It doesn't matter if you did it once and they did it 1,000 times. It's that if, because we are all sinful humans, we are all judged the same. We're all going to be sinful no matter what, period. Hang on a minute. Okay, my daughters just got home from school, so I was telling them I was out here reading the Bible, and my daughter said, are you reading it from the baby Bible, which is hers? And I said, yes. So we continue. I'm just going to start from the top of the page. I could make fine speeches against you and shake my head at you, but my mouth would encourage you. Comfort from my lips would bring you relief. Yet if I speak, my pain is not relieved, and if I refrain, it does not go away. Surely, God, you have worn me out. You have devastated my entire household. You have shriveled me up, and it has become a witness. My gauntness rises up and testifies against me. God assails me and tears me in his anger, and gnashes his teeth at me. My opponent fastens on me his piercing eyes. People open their mouths to jeer at me. They strike my cheek in scorn and unite together against me. God has turned me over to the ungodly and thrown me into the clutches of the wicked. All was well with me, but he shattered me. He seized me by the neck and crushed me. He has made me his target. His archers surround me. Without pity, he pierces my kidneys and spills my gall on the ground. Again and again, he bursts upon me. He rushes at me like a warrior. I have sewed sackcloth over my skin and buried my brow in the dust. My face is red with weeping. Dark shadows ring my eyes. Yet my hands have been free of violence, and my prayer is pure. Earth, do not cover my blood. Wait, earth, do not cover my blood. May my cry never be laid to rest. Even now, my witness is in heaven. My advocate is on high. My intercessor is my friend. As my eyes pour out tears to God. On behalf of a man, he pleads with God as one pleads for a friend. Only a few years will pass before I take the path of no return. My spirit is broken. It's chapter 17. My spirit is broken. My days are cut short. The grave awaits me. Surely mockers surround me. My eyes must dwell on their hostility. Give me, O God, the pledge you demand. Who else will put up security for me? You have closed their minds to understanding. Therefore, you will not let them triumph. If anyone denounces their friends for reward, the eyes of their children will fail. God has made me a byword to everyone, a man in whose face people spit. My eyes have grown dim with grief. My whole frame is but a shadow. The upright are appalled at this. The innocent are aroused against the ungodly. Nevertheless, the righteous will hold to their ways, and those with clean hands will grow stronger. But come on, all of you, try again. I will not find a wise man among you. My days have passed, my plans are shattered, yet the desires of my heart turn night into day. In the face of the darkness, light is near. If the only home I hope for is the grave, if I spread out my bed in the realm of darkness, if I say to corruption, you are my father, and to the worm, my mother, or my sister, where then is hope? Who can see any hope for me? Will it go down to the gates of death? Will we descend together into the dust? Bildad, chapter 18. Then Bildad the Shuhite replied, when will you end these speeches? Be sensible, and then we can talk. Why are we regarded as cattle and considered stupid in your sight? You who tear yourself to pieces in your anger, is the earth to be abandoned for your sake? Or must the rocks be moved from their place? The lamp of the wicked man is snuffed out. The flame of his fire stops burning. The light in his tent becomes dark. The lamp beside him goes out. The vigor of his step is weakened. His own schemes throw him down. His feet thrust him into a net. He wanders into its mesh. A trap seizes him by the heel. A snare holds him fast. A noose is hidden for him on the ground. A trap lies in his path. Terrors startle him on every side and dog his every step. Calamity is hungry for him. Disaster is ready for him when he falls. It eats away parts of his skin. Death's firstborn devours his limbs. He is torn from the security of his tent and marched off to the king of terrors. Fire resides in his tent. Burning sulfur is scattered over his dwelling. His roots dry up below, and his branches wither above. The memory of him perishes from the earth. He has no name in the land. He is driven from light into the realm of darkness and is banished from the world. He has no offspring or descendants among his people, no survivor where once he lived. People of the West are appalled at his fate. Those of the East are seized with horror. I'm gonna need to look into this more when it says like people of the West and East. Holy shit. Do you guys see the turkeys walking behind me? Oh my gosh. The three wise men back there? Or maybe there was four. Well, I told you in another video, but I think it was on my other channel. There they go. Okay. He has no offspring or descendants among his people, no survivor where once he lived. People of the West are appalled at his fate. Those of the East are seized with horror. Um, Surely such is the dwelling of an evil man. Such is the place of one who does not know God. Job 19. Then Job replied, how long will you torment me and crush me with words? Do you see they're just going back and forth? That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, the best thing to do is not argue. Go and pray. Go and take a walk. Drink water. Like, go inwards because you can't keep a argument going if one side is staying quiet. Okay? 10 times now you have reproached me. Shamelessly you attack me. I don't think they're attacking him. I think that they're saying he's not being good on his word. There's an ant on my screen. I'm not trying to crush ants, but they like showing up all over the place. Okay. 10 times now you have reproached me. Shamelessly you attack me. If it is true that I have gone astray, my error remains my concern alone. If indeed you would exalt yourselves above me and use my humiliation against me, then know that God has wronged me and drawn his net around me. Though I cry violence, I get no response. Though I call for help, there is no justice. He has blocked my way so I cannot pass. He has shrouded my paths in darkness. He has stripped me of my honor and removed the crown from my head. He tears me down on every side till I am gone. He uproots my hope like a tree. His anger burns against me. He counts me among his enemies. His troop advance in force. They build a siege ramp against me and encamp around my tent. He has alienated my family from me. My acquaintances are completely estranged from me. My relatives have gone away. My closest friends have forgotten me. My guests and my female servants count me as a foreigner. They look on me as a stranger. I summon my servant, but he does not answer. Though I beg him with my own mouth, my breath is offensive to my wife. I am loathsome to my own family. Even the little boys scorn me. When I appear, they ridicule me. All my intimate friends detest me. Those I love have turned against me. I am nothing but skin and bones. I have escaped only by the skin of my teeth. Have pity on me, my friends, have pity, for the hand of God has struck me. Why do you pursue me as God does? Will you never get enough of my flesh? Oh, that my words were recorded, that they were written on a scroll, that they were inscribed with an iron tool on lead, or engraved in rock forever. I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand on the earth. And after my skin has been destroyed, yet in my flesh I will see God. I myself will see him with my own eyes, I, and not another. For my heart yearns within me. And like he's speaking about seeing him with his own eyes, but he will not have eyes at the point at which he sees him. If you say, How we will hound him, since the root of trouble lies in him. You should fear the sword yourselves, for wrath will bring punishment by the sword, and then you will know that there is judgment. Zophar, chapter 20. Then Zophar the Naamathite replied, there's like Naamathite. Um, so I don't know how to pronounce all those extra A's. My troubled thoughts prompt me to answer, because I am greatly disturbed. I hear a rebuke that dishonors me, and my understanding inspires me to reply. Surely you know how it has been from of old, ever since mankind was placed on this earth, that the mirth of the wicked is brief, the joy of the godless lasts but a moment. Okay, that's like the joy of the mind over the heart. It's like when you're craving pizza instead of going and doing something good for yourself. Though the pride of the godless person reaches to the heavens and his head touches the clouds, he will perish forever like his own dung. Those who have seen him will say, Where is he? Like a dream he flies away, no more to be found, vanished like a vision of the night. The eye that saw him will not see him again. His place will look on him no more. His children must make amends to the poor. His own hands must give back his wealth. The youthful vigor that fills his bones will lie with him in the dust. Though evil is sweet in his mouth, and he hides it under his tongue, though he cannot bear to let it go and lets it linger in his mouth. Yet his food will turn sour in his stomach. It will become the venom of serpents within him. He will spit out the riches he has swallowed. God will make his stomach vomit them up. He will suck the poison of serpents. The fangs of an adder will kill him. An adder is a snake. He will not enjoy the streams, the rivers flowing with honey and cream. What he toiled for, he must give back uneaten. He will not enjoy the profit from his trading, for he has oppressed the poor and left them destitute. He has seized houses he did not build. Surely he will have no respite from his craving. He cannot save himself by his treasure. Nothing is left for him to devour, and his prosperity will not endure. In the midst of his plenty, distress will overtake him. The full force of the misery will come upon him. I was just laughing at that because um, my ex-husband wanted to move to where I am right now because our house flooded, and I was like in the process. I had started a company to rebuild the house legally, and then like he didn't help at all with the rebuilding of it, but he did like say that he would watch the kids, which he didn't, so that it would be easier for me to rebuild it. And then he said that he was going to keep the house so that the kids could like when they came down to visit him, because that's in Louisiana and this is in New York, and so I didn't want to live here, but it was his choice, and this is where I ended up. So he sold the house. He sold the house. I didn't make any money in it. And all of my tools that I invested for that business are gone. Everything is gone. Like I asked him to bring it back to me and he said, "Okay, I'll bring it to you." He brought me a box of like some antique dishes that were my grandmother's. That was like the only things that had been saved. I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, it's like he also thinks that he is the one who is following God's footsteps. So we shall see. Um, all right. Surely he will have no respite from his craving. He cannot save himself by his treasure. Nothing is left for him to devour. His prosperity will not endure. In the midst of his plenty, distress will overtake him. The full force of misery will come upon him. When he has filled his belly, God will vent his burning anger against him and rain down his blows upon him. Though he flees from an iron weapon, a bronze tipped arrow pierces him. He pulls it out of his back, the gleaming point out of his liver. Terrors will come over him. Total darkness lies in wait for his treasures. A fire, unfanned, will consume him and devour what is left in his tent. The heavens will expose his guilt. The earth will rise up against him. A flood will carry off his day, or his house, rushing waters on the day of God's wrath. Such is the fate God allots the wicked, the heritage appointed for them by God. So this is like, um, if you look at me and you think that I am the dark one and I am not the one that is following God's orders within my heart because I like read tarot and I say cuss words and I love secular music. Um, but you know, he is a law enforcement personnel. Um, and he says that he's a Christian and he said that since I have met him and then he kind of gave it up and then he went back to it. So, I think what we'll see as time moves forward, we will see who was following the words of the heart as opposed to the mind. Job 21. Then Job replied, listen carefully to my words. Let this be the consolation you give me. Bear with me while I speak, and after I have spoken, mock on. Okay, I'm going to pause it right now because there's a train going by.